play cards. I'm not so good at playing cards, but I don't know whether this example I'm putting it the right way. So you deal, right? So you give cards to different people. Now, you, to the certain extent, you have the control over what you do with the cards you have in your hand. Beyond that, you don't have a control. Beyond that, you have no control. Okay, what are Buddhists trying to do here? Buddhists are trying to not deal the card. And if somebody is giving you the card, learn to say no, so that you don't even have to play the game. That control we are supposed to have. But in our case, we already have thousands of cards in our hand, so it's not that going to be it's not that easy. But that's the, what do you call it? But here again, I have to qualify this more meticulously. You can accept, if somebody is dealing the card, you can accept the card, but with the awareness and with the compassion. Then you are not caught by the game. If you are not caught by the game, you're all right. Karma has no power in this case. But for us, when we play the game, initially probably it's a game, but you get caught by the game. Endlessly, months after months, years after years, and it develops habitual patterns, which is basically addiction. Karma is very addictive, it's very addictive. I mean, I'm talking about all kinds of addiction, infinite amount. I'm not talking about like addiction to cigarettes, addiction to, like alcohol. Those are like kindergarten level of addiction. You understand? There's like so many amazing addictions. And some of them are like, some of them may seem innocent, like addiction to Japanese stationery. But that could be the one. That could be the one that takes you to the real, deeper problem. We never know. Remember? Cause, condition, and effect. Anyway, I think that's this is kind of very vast. So if you can please.
Sorry, Rinpoche. I really like your playing cards analogy, but I seek some clarification.
Okay.
So you said that we deal, and to a certain extent, we have control with the cards in your hands.
Yes.
Beyond which you don't have control because we don't know what's inside the cards, right?
Yes.
Then Buddhists are trying not to deal the card. What do you mean by that?
Well, how should I put this? Okay, first, very simply, not even play the game. Only if you want, the only reason you will play is out of compassion and with awareness. Then it's more or less like as a mother, you also actively build a sandcastle with your kid. and totally knowing this is not true. Right? And when about the evening comes, you say, let's go home. You can let go of this giant sand castle, no matter how beautiful it is. But you play during the daytime because you need to sort of entertain and lure this kid, educate this kid, I don't know, some other reasons. That is the only reason. Other than that, you aspire, you work hard, never to even play the game. That's what I mean. I was quoting Chandrakirti's quotation, remember? If you're idiot, you go do bad and go to hell and etc.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Sometimes karma can also be discussed on if we have the free will to determine the cause, and us being one of the cause to inner condition. So eventually, do we have the free will? Or for example, when you said something about sowing the seed of a flower, do you have the free will to decide if you want to sow it in the first place, or is
Right.
trying to achieve the free will the ultimate goal of a Buddhist?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, this is a very big question. We have to meet somewhere, and create another 2-3 hours like this. This is a very big question, because we have to now lead to a concept called self. Okay, but let me tell you this. First of all, I would say both to the certain extent, both free will and the opposite. Fatalist, predestined are accepted together. Like dealing the card, remember? You have a free will to do whatever you like with the card that you have been given. But because you see, okay, you are allowed to do whatever you can choose what you want to do with the card that is in your hand. Beyond that, you have no free will. But okay, so forget that. Earlier, you had a choice not to play card, but you didn't choose that. You choose to play. So now you are given a card and you are stuck with those 3 cards that you have. And you have to come up with that. So both are true. Okay, first let me tell you that. But ultimately, this is where the Buddhist concept of selflessness comes in. Because when we talk about the free will or predetermined, by consequence, we talk about self. Free will, the possessor of the will. Right? That, who is that? So this is where Buddhists would deconstruct the whole concept or the notion of self. So you not only, you don't have free and you don't have will. So when you don't have the free and when you have no will, then you are at last liberated. I hope, but that's just very, very general answer for this one. Okay.